this year, I think it is fair enough to say we have had our share of disappointments from Niantic. So, chopping this one up to call it Dear Niantic. What can we say about the legendary raids? Right now we know that if you get about approximate 6 to 7 people for any Pokemon Go raid, it is possible to score yourself either Zapdos, Moltres, Articuno, or even Lugia. And if you were lucky and exclusive enough to head to Japan, you will have been able to take part in the Pokemon Go Stadium event where they unleashed Mewtwo, and people who were at that event were able to also attain Mewtwo. So let's go back a couple of weeks, back to GoFest. We all know the debacle that GoFest was, and the things that went well in people's eyes, and the things that didn't go well in people's eyes. From my standpoint, as somebody looking inwards from the outside, there are 2 things that I want to take away from that event. One was it was a very last minute date towards the end of the month, which not a whole lot of people were able to make other than people that live locally in the US. The second thing is that the mobile networks that were working with Niantic at the time really underestimated, quite frankly, how popular this game is and just how many people would attempt to access Niantic's game servers through their cell phone networks, and thus they greatly underestimated the impact and the downtime it would have on people in a condensed area using the same mobile networks, just like when you have concerts where people equally encounter loss of cell data due to the amount of people using the same networks. The difference between GoFest and those concerts is the people at the concerts get mobile towers so that the distribution for the network is stronger and people have a better chance of posting their Instagram pics. So Niantic, the other thing I want to talk about is, why did you limit legendary raids to only being playable by more than 5 to 6 people? It would have been easy to make a level 1 raid or encounterable things that you can do out in the wild that people can attend and have a chance to enjoy owning at least one legendary Pokemon. Why not do your first legendary catch as 100% catch rate? That would have been legit. So I'm presenting these problems, but my idea would have been to honing everything down to one set location where legendary events happen. My idea would have been maybe bringing the levels down by 2 and then also spreading them out more so that you're getting more raids outside of the city, or equally balancing both so that you're getting the same amount of raids outside the city as you are in the city, because we all know everybody doesn't spend their 24/7 in the city center. There are so many dynamics around raiding that need to be reformatted and need to be changed. In my opinion, Niantic, if you ever watch this, and I hope you do, you extend the date to which people have the chance to catch legendary Pokemon so they actually have a chance to get their hands on one. And the other thing would be the UI. If it was me, I would have slimmed down the UI and kept the main franchise look while still implementing some maybe 3-dimensional models to give it that kind of retro but modern feel, which I feel like would have made the game run a whole lot later, because right now if you're playing Pokemon Go, you need a flagship device to run the game, or any other device with an octa-core or Snapdragon beyond the 808 or the 810 or anything after the 810. Please add in-game chat into Pokemon Go. Simple concept, something that's easily repeatable. There are a ton of different apps you could even borrow ideas from, or you could even use a shoutcast system, which is super easy to code and doesn't require really in-depth knowledge of CSS code or PHP to do something like a shoutcast where there's a cooldown of maybe 5 to 10 seconds per message that you send or per announcement, even if you want to lessen it past 150 characters and make it maybe 50 characters. Something like this would be monumental for the area you live in, because it means people would get the notification that somebody is talking in that area, especially for doing raids. Enable us to not have to keep using third-party software or websites or programs. I'm just saying that the tools people use already is what they're using to communicate. But if Pokemon Go had a section or an area or a way where there's a map that allows you to zoom out other than just seeing you, the player, on the map, and you can see every local gym around your area and see the raids they're in and what time it's going to be, it would make so much more sense as a developer to do something like that, which would further encourage people to stop using third-party apps and services and use purely Pokemon Go and Niantic stuff which they've made available in the game. This last one goes out for my rural player base. I love you guys. I feel your pain. Do something about rural area Pokemon spawns. Either maybe create some kind of like Pokemon farm system for places that are in rural areas, and it's like an area where you can go and it's like a Pokemon farm, and maybe you rotate the Pokemon that show up in those farms because it's like farmers. So that's going to be it for this episode. I pray that you've been encouraged by this episode. Remember, you guys are not alone, that no matter what circumstances you're going through in your life, there is always a plan and a purpose for your life, because God has that plan and purpose for your life, and He means the best for you. So whether you're applying for a new job, or you're at school, you're at work, or maybe you're experiencing bullying, or maybe you're experiencing something that doesn't feel fair in your life, trust me, God is there for you, and He loves you more than you can imagine. And hey, if you want to reach out, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section, and I'll always reply. But that's going to be it for this episode, guys. Stay blessed. God bless. Peace.